welcome to today's video. Today we're actually at the Royal Air Force Museum here in Cosford. Free to get in. They just ask if you possibly can to make donations. All the money, including parking your car in their car park, is given to the museum. Let's take you for a walk around. So this is the entrance where you can. There's a children's playground over there. I won't bother filming that. You got picnic benches over there, and there is quite a few parking spaces. So if you come in by car, you haven't got anything to worry about. So there is a little cafe that serves cold drinks, hot drinks, sandwiches, snacks, which is reasonably priced.
Right, so
just a quick one.
This is a military intelligence craft, and it's the what's it called again?
The R1, the Nimrod R1.
The Nimrod, that's it. The Nimrod. I couldn't remember the name. So the idea is
Mighty
this
Hunter.
flies. Oh yeah, like the Hunter. Terrible with names. This flies over potential threats or whatever, seas, whatever, and tries to pick up radio signals in any of these stations, and then passes them on to. If you want to come on through,
moving.
it is 25 people in total just in this section. The full crew is 29, including the pilots and navigators and that sort of stuff. So the idea is, if you're potentially some foreign state wanting to harm Britain, these chaps will be listening into every phone call you make, every email you send, anything like that, and then picking it up, mostly on VHS tape, because this is 70s, this is 80s, this is Falklands War, this is Gulf War, and at the end of the day, a VHS tape is just reliable. We knew it worked, and it picked up the background noise, which, if you're trying to sort of tell where Saddam Hussein is, for example, you want to know what's the background. You want to hear your cars. You want to know if you hear animals. You want to know if you hear people talking. That can be a dead giveaway on where someone is. So the main idea with this also. Any of you been to Bletchley Park before?
No.
Right. So the idea is you've got 25 stations here. Basically, no one knows what the person next to them is doing. So in the event that you are unfortunately shot down, you can simply go, well, I did this, and they'll go, but what did everyone else do? What was the aircraft doing? I don't know, I was just doing this. I was just listening to a telecom centre. I don't know what everyone else was doing. I don't know if we were listening into Vladimir Putin. I don't know if we were listening into Yeltsin or Xi Jinping. I just know we were listening into someone. The only problem is, no air conditioning. 29 people, no air conditioning at 10,000 feet. It gets hot, and it gets smelly. Very uncomfortable. And in addition, one toilet. And if the pilots want to use it on what would realistically be a 7-8 hour, maybe longer flight, they have to get the approval of everyone back here. Because the idea is the pilots don't know what's happening back here. So if the pilots are found, they go, I was just flying in this area. I don't even know what we were listening to. I'm just the pilot. So if you come back here, you've got sort of... I don't know how to explain these, to be honest. I will say, a lot of these stations here, we've got the front end here. A lot of the back end equipment, pretty much all the back end equipment, we don't have here. And even some of the front end equipment, you'll notice there are holes. That's because we're not allowed to know what was in them. We're not allowed to know where this plane went. It's still under the Official Secrets Act. We know this plane flew in the 70s, so under the Official Secrets Act, it should be revealed to us by 2045. If it's not still relevant to government safety, at which point it may be 2021 at that point, because it's an additional 50 years, if I recall correctly, the National Secrets Act. It's complicated. So, the idea is, this thing passes information off down to Waddington, who then passes it off to GCHQ, or whoever it's relevant to. So, if you're here, You're collecting information that's then passed on to the Air Ministry or the Army Ministry, who then move all the big pictures. So you're here gathering information so those above you can make better decisions. It's not exactly a stellar job full of exciting action or anything like that, but intelligence makes operations. If any of you know your World War II history, Operation Market Garden failed horribly because our reconnaissance was terrible. The idea is something like this stops that ever happening again because we are aware of what's moving where. For example, an aircraft like this found Saddam Hussein's compound, that's why I mentioned him a fair bit, and meant that we could raid him and we could finally bring him to justice. We are now at the end of the aircraft. As I say, back here's the one kettle, because, let's be honest, the British love tea, we have to have kettles. It's, funnily enough, side tangent, that's actually a requirement in British tanks to have a water boiling device. Because of how much tea was drunk to keep yourself awake. But, I'm afraid there's not really much else to say. I'm sorry, but, I'm trying to think now, is there anything else? No, not really? Sorry about that.
So over here you've got the virtual reality experience. Yep. You've also got a parachute display thing where you can sit in it.
It's okay, we'll find out. It's too far away. Come. Toss to the fire. The play part first, right? This is not
Yeah.
So let's try say.
I'll cut it out. You're alright. So this aircraft's that big, I can't actually fit it in one shot.
Look at it.
Me? Yeah, yeah. Don't know what's in the other hangar.
I think, I don't know, really. I think now we've got more modern things.
Maybe.
I can never start it. See you again soon. Sounds like that went with a pain to get in.
What did he say?
Yeah, okay, okay. One wasn't my fault.
to apologise for the wind. It has built up a little bit,